Check that out.
Hello,
I'm here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Today we're going to be revisiting a build that I made a long time ago, and honestly I've really missed using it and this weapon talent. This is a fantastic build for newer low-level players, as the gear is easy to farm for and isn't one of those builds that requires max expertised weapons. So you know that this build's going to be great from everyone from the elite players to the casual gamers. As you can see from the gameplay, we are pummeling our way through heroic NPCs, 1 to 3 tapping everything regardless of their class. And you might also notice that we never have to reload. We know that shotguns can be a pain in the butt when it comes to reload speeds, so we've removed that completely by using one of my favourite talents in the game, Pummel. Honestly champions, this is just a really fun run and gun build with huge damage and survivability, which most of the time doesn't go hand in hand. This setup crushes NPCs and makes farming and clearing content super fun. But before we get into the build, welcome back to all you amazing subscribers. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If everyone can take a second to engage with the video, a like, a share, a comment, it's all going to help with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. We're going to set a 200 like goal on this video. Reaching that goal would be absolutely amazing. If you did want to support myself and the channel just a little bit further, remember we have channel memberships. Click the join button below to see all the perks. And finally, if you want to catch me live in action, jump on over and drop a follow on Twitch. All the links for all my other socials are in the description below. Righto champions, let's get stuck in and check out this fun, hard-hitting shoddy build. Here we are, 5 reds, 2 blues, 1 skill tier, and we sit at 1.1 million in armor. If you think that's a little bit squishy, don't stress, we've got heaps of armor on kill and we get bonus armor.
Nice.
We're going to be using 4 pieces of the Hunter's Fury gear set, 1 Seska, and the Memento backpack. Now, firstly, if you don't have a certain item, don't stress. Let's say you don't have the Memento backpack. Don't be like Noob Teabag and cry, oh, I don't have it, click off video. Use brain power, not Karen power.
Shut up, bitch!
There's other backpack talents that will also work. Adrenaline Rush or Bloodsucker work perfectly with this setup. For our specialization, we're going to be using Gunner to get that 10% armor on kill. It works fantastic with Memento and also with Hunter's Fury. Every 3rd reload is 50% faster, but if we're using the talent on our weapon correctly, we don't need to do this. We're also going to regenerate ammo for ourselves and our team every 60 seconds. However, if we play our weapon talent correctly, we don't actually use any ammo. Our rate of fire is increased by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. And one of the most underused perks when it comes to the gunner specialization in the game is the Banshee Pulse. It's such a super effective skill to be using. I highly recommend it. First up, we're going to check out our gun, and we are using the KSG shotgun. The main reason that I'm using this is this has quite a large mag size in comparison to other shotguns. And even with very minimal expertise, you can see this is hitting harder than our custom M870 shotgun that's got 22 expertise. We've maxed out our shotgun damage, our damage to armor, and our detox. The whole star of this build is the talent, Pummel. 3 consecutive kills refills the magazine and grants plus 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Because we've got the larger mag size, we're always getting those 3 kills, which is instantly refilling our mag, meaning we never need to reload. Now there is a named shotgun called the Tsunami, which has the perfect Pummel talent on it. That only requires 2 consecutive kills to refill the mag and grant that weapon damage bonus. However, it does have a lower base damage. I have tested a lot of shotguns with this talent, and the KSG shotgun is where it's at. For the mods on this one, we've got a rate of fire mag, crit chance scope, and a crit hit damage underbarrel. For your secondary in your pistol, go with whatever you like. As I said before, I've got the M870 shotgun here, this one's got Brazen, and I've got a TDI card pistol with Finisher. Just remember, any kills that you get with that KSG shotgun, if you do swap guns, refreshes that amount of kills and can wipe your damage bonus. For the gear pieces, first up we have our Hunter's Fury mask, which is the first of 4 pieces. The 2-piece bonus is shotgun damage and SMG damage. 3-piece bonus is 20% armor on kill and 50% health on kill, and the 4-piece bonus is called Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters, amplifying your weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds. This can stack 5 times. Now, this isn't as simple as just going, that's 20% plus 25%, that's 45%. No, each damage bonus stacks upon itself, and you'll actually get more damage. I have covered the math behind this in previous builds. I will pop the link to that build in the description below. For the attributes, we've got weapon damage, crit damage, and a crit hit damage mod. For the chest piece here, I have gone with Seska for that crit hit chance. You could go with Badger if you wanted a bit more weapon damage, but then you're going to have to swap a mod around to get a bit more crit chance on the build. For the attributes, we've gone with weapon damage, crit chance, and a crit hit chance mod. The talent that I've opted for here is Intimidate. While you've got bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to a max stack of 9. Each stack increases your weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. All stacks are lost when you have no bonus armor. Now that's 36% extra weapon damage. However, this doesn't actually work how the talent says. We gain stacks a lot faster, which means we get damage a lot faster when we have that bonus armor.
I think it's broken.
Now I can hear people screaming in the comments, can you use other talents? Sure you can, go for it. Obliterate's going to work great here as long as you're critting. You could go Unbreakable for more survivability, or you can even go crazy and run Glass Cannon. This build does have enough survivability that Glass Cannon will work. Fact! For a holster, it's our second piece of Hunter's Fury, and we've gone with armor and crit hit damage. The knees are the third piece of Hunter's Fury, we've got weapon damage and crit damage. And the gloves are the fourth and final piece of Hunter's Fury, weapon damage and crit hit damage. And the final piece on the build is our Memento backpack. This is one of my favorite exotics in the game. It's going to give us one of each core attribute, weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier, and we've gone with a crit hit chance mod. The talent's called Kill Confirmed. Killing enemies drop trophies on death. Collecting the trophies provide both short-term and long-term buffs. The short-term buffs scale with our core attributes. Each trophy that we collect, we're going to get a short-term buff of 25% weapon damage, 20% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. At max stacks, we get a continuous 30% weapon damage buff, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. The bonus armor, the regen, the armor on kill from Gunner, the armor on kill from Hunter's Fury is going to give us the survivability we need to be able to run and gun and play very aggressive. As I said before, if you're this noob guy and you don't have the Memento, then don't stress, you don't need to use it. A backpack with the talent Adrenaline Rush will give you bonus armor, and also the talent Bloodsucker gives bonus armor on kill. Both of these are great options if you don't have this exotic. Use brain power, not Karen power. Now when it comes to the skills on the build, it can be player preference. I've got a shield, just in case, and I've also gone with the Banshee Pulse. Player preference, try a few out, pick and choose what you prefer. Now this build's going to work with and without the seasonal modifiers, but if you are a modifier user, go with these ones. I use the active modifier of Overdrive. This basically turbocharges your character with one tap of a button. We've also got Critical Momentum, Critical Recovery, which is more survivability, and Microwave Coils. The Banshee Pulse triggers this, but if you want, you can just use the normal Scanner Pulse. Righto champions, it's now fine print time. Let's check out our stats. We are sitting at 41% crit hit chance, which is a touch on the low side, but it's PVE. I don't think it's too much of an issue. We've also got 127% critical hit damage, 12% damage to armor, and we also have that 10% detox. We've got a pretty hefty amount of all weapon damage, 142%, and 30% shotgun damage. This is all with only 12 expertise on the KSG shotgun. If you did want to completely max this one out, these values will increase, but it's not required. Remember, we're also getting the Mementos damage, which is the long-term buff of 30% and the instant 25% per trophy. And Hunter's Fury also stacks damage upon damage the more that we fight with its talent Apex Predator. And that's without our weapon talent Pummel, which is another 40%, and it's refilling our mag. See what I mean?
Tons of damage.
And finally, for the defensive stats, there you go. We're just over 1.1 million in armor, and we've got 342k armor on kill, which is pretty hefty. And while that regen is active from Memento, we've got about 35k. I told ya, huge damage and huge survivability.
Fact.
So that's a build, champions. Pummel NPCs with a pummel shotgun.
Ha
Huge damage and huge survivability, which you don't normally see in builds. It's a fantastic run and gun build that's perfect for everyone, whether you're a day one player or you've just recently bought the game on special. From the elite sweaty PVEs to you're a few hours a week casual gamer, you're gonna love using this build. But most importantly, I guarantee you'll all have a lot of bloody fun. So what do you reckon? Are you gonna be a champion and have a crack at this build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. Thanks for tuning in, champions, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, keep shooting, and give them hell. I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.